So jumping right into things, here is the full lineup of the Withered FNaF Pops, including Mangle. So, this was a long time coming, long time waiting, really long time waiting. So, finally, FNaF 2 Pops. Before we only had the Puppet, Balloon Boy, and Funtime Foxy, but now we have the Withereds, Mangle, an improved version of the Puppet, and Withered Golden Freddy. So, yeah, now we just need to wait for the toys, which should hopefully be later this year, or early next year, given the FNaF 2 movie. Starting off with Withered Bonnie, here we have the box. Pop Games, Final Freddy's, 1083, Withered Bonnie. On the side, we have Withered Bonnie, the same information. In the back, we can see everyone to collect, which is Withered Chica, Withered Foxy, Withered Freddy, and Mangle. And then here we have Withered Bonnie, same thing, pretty much it. Jumping in, we have Withered Bonnie, and he looks amazing. So, right off the bat, this is a slight remold from the original Withered Bonnie Funko Pop that came out like a while ago. I think it was like Wave 2 maybe? Hard to really say, but or hard for me to know because I don't know, but so here he is. So, when it comes to movement, he actually does have some movement. The reason FNaF Pops haven't had that, but here, he does have it. Full 360. So that's cool to see. The mold on him looks pretty good. So, again, it's just a slight touch-up from the original. He has this bunny tail, which is inaccurate. The foot is inaccurate and inconsistent with the other feet, endo feet. The holes on him, they're alright, you know. Pretty accurate, the wires and stuff. The hand, it looks pretty good. Accurate to an extent, yes. It's better than Withered Foxy, which I'll get to in a minute. The face, or lack of, looks really nice. It's missing some detail. It's pretty obvious. Like, it could be a lot better, but for the Funko Pop sale, I think this is alright. The ears are nice, although there is some missing paint, which, getting into the paint, it actually looks really great. So, the colors that they used, at first I wasn't a fan, but it's pretty close to this one render of Withered Bonnie. Pretty close. Not sure to the actual colors, but I don't really care. If you haven't already noticed, he has metallic paints on the end of parts, which is actually really nice to see. It's been like a couple years since we've had like FNaF Pops with like metallic paint, so seeing this is actually really refreshing. The color in his bow tie looks a bit dull, and they didn't bother to paint the endo in the ears, which is really stupid. Wish they had painted the wires to be a bit better, mainly add more wires in the face. Bother to like paint the wires here on the body, and I wish that his missing arm was a little more pronounced, because like you can see like they kind of screwed with the mold of his shoulder here, which looks weird. Also wish the wires were like a lot longer. It's an accurate size, but it would have been better for this more stylized figure. Overall though, he's really nice. He also does have some blackwashing on him, as you can see on his belly and on the back of his head. Like, it's nice that Funko is doing this. I imagine the only reason that they are doing this is mainly to have a one-up over U2's. Since U2's, I mean, they did have blackwashing, but like, and they don't really bother with metallic paint, which Funko did for this way, which is really nice. Next is Withered Chica. I'm not gonna really bother with the box because they're all the same aside Mangle. So yeah, here is Withered Chica. The one that oh god, jeez. God. So here we have Withered Chica. Full 360 around this 10-year waiting pop. So yeah. So all of these were slight retools from older pops, aside Mangle. And beside Withered Bonnie and Withered Freddy, it's pretty obvious with her. So they just took the original Chica Pop and just butchered it. Like, I don't know what better way to put it. So the body is really nice. The feet are incredibly accurate. I just wish that they were a bit bigger. They look kind of small. And I also wish the wires were a bit more, like, down. Because, I feel like they could have done a little bit better with that. The arm should be extended to, like, to be more up. But other than that, like, the body is just great. The blackwashing, the paint, everything about it is, like, fantastic. Then you get onto the head, and that just really ruins the figure. Okay, so let's just go over the head now. So, the head is too fat. It should be a lot thinner. The beak should be sharper. The teeth should be longer. There's just so many goddamn problems. There's supposed to be a bit more of a pronounced difference between her jaw and her beak, which is just not there. The cut between her mouth and between the two like sides of her head should be a lot taller. This is just too thin. The inside of her mouth should be red. This top part, not necessarily inaccurate, but I would have liked it if it were black. They accidentally colored the endo part orange. The wires here just utterly suck. They hardly look like wires. They should go around like most of her head. They for some reason decided to put black eyes onto black eye sockets, which besides Mangle, she's the only one with eye sockets. And they decided to not color them, which, like, why? She doesn't have nostrils for some reason, and also the feathers should be taller, I suppose to say. Like, this figure does a lot right. It really does. The withering is amazing. The mold of the body in general is amazing. Like, the paint application is really nice. There's very little paint mistakes that I can really, like, see. They also had some blackwashing and metallic paint. Mainly only just in the toes, but, like, it's still there, which is nice. So, like, it's close, but, like, it just does so much wrong. Here we have Withered Foxy, my second favorite pop, and my favorite Withered. So this guy does a lot right, but also a lot wrong, and you can probably already see that. So with the mold, it's near perfect. The feet are pretty nice. They're a bit inaccurate in the toes, and the little dots or whatever should be a bit more pronounced. But overall, they're nice. The legs are simple but good. The ball joints are nice, although I think they might be knee pads, interesting enough. The pants have a good mold to them. You can even see, like, there's an actual, like, cut in there, which is fantastic. The wires look great. The pelvis, simple but nice. The torso is a bit fat, but still pretty good. The holes in them are good, although it should be a bit more cut around here, and the endo is just friggin' wrong. This arm looks amazing, near perfect. I just wish the hook was a bit bigger and sharper. And this other arm, near perfect, but they gave him a shoulder pad, which he should not have. The hand should be bigger, and it's inaccurate, and also different from Withered Bonnie's, as you can see here. Then moving on to the head, which has a lot of problems, just like the others. So, the main part of the head, it's nice. This, on its own, it's fine, but it should be a bit more squiggly, I suppose, or wrinkled. The snout should be longer and pointier than this. Same goes with the jaw. There should also be, like, I'm not sure how to explain it, but, like, gums. Withered Foxy has gums, per se, which he just doesn't have here. The ears, they should be, like, rounder, I suppose, on the bottom. The endo ear, it's good. So are the wires. The hair should be thinner, and also there should be like 4 pieces of hair instead of just 3. The top of the head should be more like pointy or like triangular. The eye patch is just wrong. This part should be going across. As for the back of the head, I don't know how the eye patch looks, but this is wrong. The open eye patch, I wish it was like actually like going out instead of just flat with his face. So not necessarily inaccurate, just a personal gripe. Then when it comes to the endo head, it's inaccurate, but like it's alright. So they have this weird soft spot here, but then they get blocky here, and then they just have gears here, and then just black here. So it's just a mismatch. The endo jaw looks alright from what it can be seen. Like, it's not perfect, but it's almost great. Just like the others, the head moves better than the Withered Chica. He has a cool pose, I'd say, but for some reason they painted him. The paint, they gave him sad eyes for some reason. The paint is too dark. This is just brown when it shouldn't be. Just like a pink or like a beige or something. And they just made him naked. He should have pants. Overall, this guy is really great. Of the Withereds, I do think he is the best. I like him. Maybe it's my bias, but he looks really cool. The metallic paint is great. The black washing is amazing. The mold is near perfect. It's just a lot missing. Next up is Withered Freddy, which is, he's awesome. So the body, it's near perfect, really. My only complaint would have to be his hands and feet being a bit small. The endo not really showing up through, even though it did for Withered Foxy, which is kind of a complaint I have. And, that's really about it. I think the microphone might be inaccurate. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's just the base or the handle or whatever the hell the holdy part of the microphone is. I'm pretty sure this should be like metallic, but other than that, like, it's near perfect. The body is just great. Then we get on to the head, which similarly to Withered Chica is bad. Not to that extent, but it's bad. So, as previously mentioned, it's just the same as the original FNaF Pops, but like changed up a little to be more accurate. So the head, this head mold actually does work for Withered Freddy a bit more than it did the original Freddy. The jaw is inaccurate. They give him the butt clench thing, which Withered or Classic Freddy has, but Withered Freddy does not. I'm pretty sure the back of the head is inaccurate. I'm pretty sure it's more of like more similar to this than this, but who knows? I don't look at the back of Withered Freddy's head often. The bow tie should be a bit more pointy. But also the ears. Funko always gets the ears wrong on Freddy merch, except one time. That one time being Firework Freddy, where they got the ears correct. That one time Funko got the ears correct and never course corrected. And also the ear shape isn't inaccurate, I mean. I have a hard time saying words. The hat could be a bit taller, and also no ribbon. Seriously, Funko, you gotta learn. When it comes to paint, this guy is amazing. The colors are, I think they're really good. They're pretty spot on. His teeth are slightly yellowed. The inside of his endo ears are painted metallic, as is part of the microphone. And overall, the paint application is near perfect. I do have a problem that being this part, for some reason, that's not painted. It has black wires and brown wires. Seriously, Funko, like, the rest of him, like, Jesus, from the back he looks like FNaF Freddy. God, they were lazy, but I don't really care that much, but, like, seriously, why is this so painted badly? It's almost perfect. I really wish they'd gone the extra mile like they did with Withered Foxy and his, like, arms for his, like, joints, but, I can only dream. So sad. Overall, he's decent. He's about what I expected Funko to make, like, 9 years ago. I imagine Funko could do better, as, like, seen here. I imagine Funko can do a lot better with their next pop, the Mangle. Oh my god, she he is amazing. So, let's just talk about the mold, which is incredible. So, there are slight differences, which is obvious. My main problem with the mold of this guy is the endohood. It's ugly as hell. Mainly just this top part. Like, the teeth, that's one thing. This, it's bad. It should be, like, extended a bit more. Like, my main problem is that they made an amazing Endo 02 model, like, 9 years ago for, like, a little mini pack of 4. And they didn't reuse it. The one time I want Funko to reuse things, they didn't. Here, this head, or this neck, should be either here, like the original and AR model, or should be here, like the VR model. It should not be at this point. And I'm pretty sure the back of the endo part should be around here, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. This, I'm pretty sure it's wrong, but whatever. The foot, it should be, this part of the foot should be risen up more, just a tiny bit. And that's really all the complaints I have with the mold. They did base this off the Hellbonnet model, so you can see with the more, like, angular jaw. Even though the rest of it is, you know, smooth. But, whatever. I don't mind too much. The paint on her is just amazing. The ears look great, the eyes. They put, like, silver as the sockets and then black as the eyes, which doesn't look too bad IRL, even though they really should have just done black eye sockets and had them colored instead of just black and black, or dark silver on black. But whatever. The endo mouth looks pretty cool, not painted or anything. It really should have been on the top here, but it's alright. It looks amazing. The bow tie is red, as it should be. The side of the endo mouth is just metallic instead of black, which is unfortunate. She has one tuft of fur, even though she should have 2. Something that Funko did get right, like, 8 years ago with their Funtime Foxy, but whatever. And you might have noticed that she is actually quite tall. Putting her down to the other fox. Yeah, she's very tall. Look at him. She could eat him. So, the head size for these guys, it's pretty big. She is slightly bigger. The head is a little bigger, not too much, but it's enough. The hands, look at this. They are massive. Like, even Withered Bonnie, who has pretty bigger and more accurate hands, they are still massive. Like, golly. She could probably, like, pet him. Again, not complaining. It looks great for this figure, but, like, it looks kind of out of place. Just a tad bit. The feet are bigger. The endo is bigger. She is huge. Here's how all the Withereds look, and they look amazing. Altogether, they look pretty nice. Like, obviously there are 2 outliers for different reasons, a reuse and a reuse that are pretty obvious, but overall, these guys are amazing. If you don't feel like getting the Withereds because they're kinda sucky, to say the least, I would recommend getting Mangle, because she is awesome. She's like around like 6 inches, I think, like, which is a bit taller than the standard Pop, which is like 4. So, yeah. I definitely say she is worth the price. The others, guys, that's really dependent on if you really want them, which, I mean, I'd recommend it. Regardless, though, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!